Hey guys, we have great news for you. Here on Sunday, February 26th from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., we're having the privilege of hosting the relics of two great saints, Blessed Carlo Acutis and Saint Manuel Gonzalez Garcia. Now, I don't know if you know a lot about these two saints. I'll mention a little bit about their lives, but you might be wondering what relics are. So with relics, we're venerating, honoring the saints through their deceased remains that the church has put out for public veneration. So the reason we do this, it might seem kind of morbid for non-Catholics, right? The reason we do this, it's actually quite biblical. It's based on the fact that the saints are so united to Jesus in heaven as members of his body, that just like people could come to Jesus and be healed powerfully just by touching his garment with faith, in a similar way for us, by coming and touching and venerating the remains of these canonized saints, we can ask for their intercession before God. This is quite biblical, so it's not something that we just kind of made up, right? It's we can see, for example, on the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 11. And God did extraordinary miracles by the hands of Paul, so that handkerchiefs or aprons were carried away from his body to the sick, and diseases left them, and the evil spirits came out of them. So basically, just using this napkin touched to the body of Paul. Paul was so united to Jesus that this napkin could be used to heal others, right? So in a similar way, Sunday, February 26th, having the relics of these two saints here, you'll be able to come venerate them. You can touch the relics, you can pray by the relics, and these relics are what we call first class relics, which basically means it's a part of the saint's body. It could be a piece of bone or flesh, right? And if you touch either your rosary or a holy card to it, that would turn into a third class relic through contact, right? Just like the napkin being touched to the body of Paul, right? We also have what's called a second class relic, which is something that the saint owned, right? And just briefly about the life of these two great saints. So Blessed Carlo Acutis died at 15 years old, Italian, a teenager, and he was trying to live out holiness in the midst of the world. So he's someone that's actually very relatable for a lot of people here at the UCC. I've heard him mentioned here a lot, because he's a saint or a blessed that played PlayStation, right? And he wore Nike shoes, but the reason he's a saint is because he loved Jesus a lot. He came to Mass very often to receive the Eucharist, to be transformed by Jesus. He was a computer scientist, or wanting to study that actually, but even earlier, he would create a website to catalog Eucharistic miracles and things like that. So then we have Saint Manuel Gonzalez Garcia, who was a bishop of Palencia in Spain, who came to his parish that was in a state of disarray that was so bad that he, in seeing the tabernacle abandoned and nobody praying before Jesus, he was so sad and so moved by it that he dedicated his entire life to promoting the Eucharist. If you're interested in accompanying these relics and this wonderful opportunity that we're having, please sign up for a shift either of 30 minutes or 1 hour. We're providing the link alongside this video, so please come venerate the relics again Sunday, February 26th, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. God bless you all, and hook 'em.